It doesn't look like my network here. I must have missed the email. I bet. It's okay. Shauna, did you go to the training, the writing training? Did you go to the writing training? Did you go to the writing? I heard about that. Okay, I'm with you. What I know is, I gotta go in an hour, so we better get out. Ladies, let's get together.
I'm so glad you're here. As you know, because we didn't have this, we could not move to the process of uploading a thing because you are part of the critical components that assessments put in. And so we value everything you do for us. I want to go back to our dual language and our regular RP program training that we're going to have on the 25th, and 26th, 27th. Look at those. It's Wednesday, Thursday. I should have those dates. 25th, 26th, I believe. We sent out a letter to the schools. And I just want to be sure, we'll look at our letter, but DLE is definitely included, and apparently some principals are asking were they to be included in that, and I'm thinking about our letter and why that wasn't clear. It was a lead teacher, and I would think you could send, I mean, we've got permission for one teacher from each grade level to do this training, to go over the curriculum. It'll be from 8 to 12, and then they'll have a substitute. When they go back, they can plan on how they're gonna deliver it to their grade level.
Will it be a different training from regular program for DLE?
No,
So it's not addressing the time?
we're gonna address it in there.
So regular program teacher would have the ears to listen for the right things if they're the grade level teacher. You know what I mean? For
You
a
really kind of
bilingual-
need a DLE person
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
That's
Vice
true.
versa, especially in second grade where it's providing.
And that's a question we haven't thought about, folks.
Yeah. What?
We have money scheduled for one teacher from each grade level for the whole district. One of those coming ought to be a DLE in probably the second grade level.
Yeah, because first is the same thing.
First is
That's
the
not an
same.
issue.
And second grade person DLE could definitely get that. I don't think that'd be a problem. Unless we need to go back, we've got time. We've got time if we have to ask that a DLE come from second.
It's the same at all grade levels.
DL is not the
DLE
same
is
as RE.
50.
Oh, that's right, we didn't change anything on that. We didn't change
How are you
anything on
teaching
that.
two languages and it's the same?
Because that's what,
We
we'll
didn't
go
change
over
it.
that again if you want to, but that has not been changed
Yeah.
at all. Second
We
grade,
haven't gone over
We
it.
haven't
Yeah, we've run out of time, remember? We
They
haven't
didn't
had
Oh,
that
yeah,
change.
they
Oh, no.
didn't get first and second.
one group came. Who was it?
They left and they didn't even pick up the handout.
Oh, okay.
You're right,
Oh,
Joanne.
they didn't
First
put it
and
in there?
second's the same. We're not changing anything other than the whole structure of how it plays.
But it looks different
For DLE,
It's not.
than it used to be.
well, because the way we started with reading foundations, that's,
But those teachers haven't had that training, just third through fifth.
But we didn't change, the second grade DLE model has not changed at all.
From what was presented in August, is that what you're saying?
that's right.
It's still the same time balance. Nothing changed as far as time balance or anything like that.
It's just the
Nothing
flow.
has changed yet on that one.
Honestly, it has not.
Yeah, we were,
So you're right,
whatever the
we're
state
okay with that.
alone. I'm not saying they couldn't use training, it's just that one did not change.
So are we only training the upper grade then? We're not,
We're gonna train a lead teacher from second from every campus, a lead teacher from first from every campus.
And they'll go back and redeliver.
And they'll go back and redeliver.
I'm confused. So they didn't have the training with the reading foundation part, so it's not the same as it was in August, because that came afterwards, but the framework has reading foundations in it now, which wasn't there before.
Right.
I'm confused that
Reading
it's the same.
foundations about what they should be including.
It's that time,
Maybe the way it's laid out,
that's what I'm talking about,
but
is
it's
the time
all,
frame.
yeah, the time frame. But everybody's gonna get it, no matter the language.
Because I know like a couple of us are getting ready for waiver day, and we did notice that the landing page and the way the curriculum is being uploaded looks very different in second for the DLE, and we were actually trying to figure it out, because the way it currently was on there, for a paired situation, we couldn't figure out how it would work because of the way the learning experiences were being uploaded. So if we could just go over that, just because we're getting questions about that, so that we could just have, just that clarity.
Does that be something for us to possibly get it so we could bring
What?
it here?
I think they all went to the first and second grade training today with the cohort, so. That was another,
Those are, a training stuff?
For the cohorts, the 30-some cohorts.
Writing?
This is the ones that went to the summer training.
Just this person from New York is here.
cause we didn't know about it. I mean, but
I
Kath,
thought we were to follow up with those some way. No, they weren't supposed to be pulled from the school right now. But we pull right now. This is part of the,
Part of the assessment.
no, part of the assessment thing. Okay, as far as this, I don't know, we have to do this first.
No, we can't do this now. I was just saying for look, folks, the most important thing you can do for us is what you're doing right now. So, I know Joanne's gonna ask you, if you don't mind, turn off the computers right now, except for the people that you're gonna go back and report it to in your phones. And I will just tell you that, I know when you read it, Joanne's gonna go over it, when you read it the first time you're going through for content, that's critical. But some of the areas, when we are asked for a review, because there's been an error reported, they always wanna know who were the names that reviewed it. So I can't tell you enough. Now, my name obviously doesn't look good either, because I'll sign off after y'all, and if I've missed it, then, okay. So your names do mean something, and so what I wanna tell you is the more I'm in this, what I see overlooked are common things like punctuation for compound sentences. And the public does not understand how a department or a school district this big could still be making errors. And when you talk to some people, they cut you no slack. You know, some of your teachers will say, hey, that's nothing. But obviously, we should be working to get better and better at what we do. I'm trying to look at what I do. And I know that when you edit, and I think Joanne knows this far better than I, you have to go back through for almost just look for compound sentences, see do we have the correct punctuation? You know, things like that, and that's all you look for. But when you sign off on that today, remember that we do count on you. And even though it's window 11 and we have one more and a quick turnaround, 2 weeks later, we only have 2 weeks to write it and get it checked. But if you will help us, that we can show we're getting better and better at this process, it'll help us. So Joanne, you're gonna go over what they have to sign off on in the paper again.
So I'm sorry, are we not gonna talk about this first and second grade at all?
We're gonna talk about it, but we're gonna do this first. Y'all, this has to be done first. We're already a weekend late.
I got it.
So we're gonna do this first. We will definitely go over it. Okay, yeah, I understand.
Okay, on these assessments, okay, as we go through these assessments, this is the process you need to please use. Okay, when you get the review sheet, every test has a review sheet with it. You need to first take this as the CDA checklist, of obviously it should say SCA checklist. You're supposed to read it as a test taker. You know, just read it through and take the test. Answer it, do all that what you think you need to do to answer it, go back, and please go back and check. You know, if there's a close call question, even mark it, like you think that's really pretty close, but you decided that, that's a good thing to tell our writers if you think. We try to clarify those things before they come here, but it could be something, again, that you catch that we didn't. Or if you don't know where the supporting evidence is for that answer, then you need to check with us, because we're trying to be very careful about that. Okay, so first take the test, then read it again quickly for editing. And at that point, this is where you need to sign off on as you'll always sign off as the first proofer because you're seeing this, but then as we put them together, we renumber it. This is the first proofer, second proofer, third proofer. We have to have 3 proofs before Ms. Marshall can sign it as the director before they're turned in. So we've reviewed them from content and tried to catch the errors, obviously, but go through each one. Now, when you get to the part on answer key, when you go up there, because you're going to answer the test, they're going to check the test. And the reason we have them check the test with you is because obviously if you put something down that we didn't think is the right answer, then we can see why is that, why is there some question. I can tell you I take these tests all the time, and sometimes I'll put something down and I'll say, well, that was the right answer to be, and then somebody will point out, well, if you look at the name, you read it too quickly, that was not what they said, and I go, okay. So it's not a matter of trying to catch you not doing something. We're not giving you the test, we're asking you to check the test carefully for that. So when it says for the answer key part, answers verified after working the test and bubbling the answer document. That will be signed when you get there, because you verify the answers and then just initial it. Where it says SEs present, you can look at the sheet. If you want an extra sheet with the SEs to look at it yourself, you're certainly welcome to, because we have extra copies of that if you want to verify it yourself. Proof key entry on online system, obviously you can't do that, so that's an NA. You're not doing it online. That is something they have to do before it's turned in. And reporting category correct. Check. Right now, those should be listed, but if they're not, and you have any question about it, check with us. But you know the reporting categories on reading and writing? Okay, so just make sure kind of that's correct and look at it. So the one though, on the SE, the answer key online, obviously you can't check it, so an NA would be fine. Everything else must have a verification on it, okay? So you'll go sign on the first proofers, and then we have to put these all together so that we have our evidence of our 3 proofs on file when we get responses. If there's anything there that you are in question about, that you want to talk to either me or Mary Jane about, please let us know if you want to talk to us before having it checked, okay? And again, not that these, the specialists, curriculum specialists are very happy to listen to you, but they're testing a whole bunch of different things. They're trying to check and load everything up before the end of the day. So if there's, kind of get backed up, feel free to check with us. Okay, also, please do not talk during this process. Don't confer with each other. It's really important that you take the test. We have room, not much room, but some room to spread out so that distractibility is a tie. It's very difficult. We all get distracted easily. We always have a million things on our plates and on our minds. So please take your test by yourself over here, spread out so you can do your work. Don't ask somebody what they thought. If you want to discuss it after we do this, that's fine, okay? All right, we should be, because of our lower turnout this time, we have 3 assessments for you to do. I tried to vary them so everybody's not doing all 5th grade. If you have a 1st grade, try to get 5th grade. And we have reading and writing for every grade level except for grade 1, and we have writing only. All right? Okay, so, excuse me?
So it's the last one of the year?
No, we have one more. That'll be
2 weeks.
Yeah, we know.
We have one more to write.
I'm leaving in, all of
Okay.
30 minutes.
Y'all are at 18. You're going to,
No, I have a meeting.
18 tests every single time. Okay.
Today?
Okay, let me get your stack. Here you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yours at 4?
3:30.
Oh, mine's at
just finished. But I have two more and I have to leave at 3.
You want on the hook, is that what it is?
I have a meeting with my director. Okay. 4. I just completed the first short cycle assessment and we'll start the second one. Ha ha.
Steal this one, you don't want to.
Have all you want. I'm not gonna tell you nothing about it. Don't. I didn't answer myself, I just talked to myself. All right. All right, window. Copy window 11. All right. This will be my third one that I grade, and it's fourth grade. Yeah, it's for Lamar for my certification. Yeah, you got to observe, you got to participate. This is my participation. Don't get me in trouble. She's awesome. Oh, you scared me. me see, answer.
But it's not.